to be clean, to know to know basic household chores, because most millennials nowadays are on their phones, right? So it is one way, actually, by staying at home, that our parents can teach us.
There's one spot national that you would like to promote from your city to the world. What would it be?
I think that would be Bugasong River from Antique, because I can say that Bugasong River is the cleanest river in the Philippines. So just by saying that it is the cleanest river, you can actually say that, oh, Antiqueños are really hardworking, and as well um, they are concerned of their environment. So it is Bugasong River. Color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman. I think every color, because it's not about the color, actually, it's about you, yourself within. If you are a phenomenal woman, then you can wear any color because you are phenomenal.
So let's come back to hashtag
Okay, yes.
local product would be promoted.
In Antique, of course, I think one thing that young people like me should focus on is not, um, you should not kowtow to the society. Um, you should not follow what is the typical stereotype of the society, because you are unique. You are you. You have to be proud of who you are. You have to be authentic at all times. Thank you. Oh yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You think the people supporting you right now are really proud of
But all I can say is, to all Filipinos, I really did my best, and I hope I will make you proud.
you? You're on your home court right now. How do you?
Well, I really feel happy that we're making history in the place that I represent. This is the first ever Miss Universe Philippines, and it just makes me feel so proud that we'll also get to show the universe how beautiful it really is here in the summer capital of the Philippines. And maybe next year, we'll never know, maybe it can also be held in Batanes, which is my roommate's place, to promote the whole Philippines to the universe. Hello po, good morning. My name is Bea Teresa Peralta Mainigo, and I'm representing the summer capital of the Philippines, Baguio City.
Welcome to Baguio.
Welcome to Baguio.
So you have 30 seconds. Tell us something about it.
Wow, okay. I actually grew up in Pangasinan, and I studied here in Baguio, and that's when I was discovered. Um, I never actually thought that I would be doing this, the pageant um, thing, but Baguio just opened so many doors for me. Um, when I was in college, somebody invited me to join a pageant, and I was hesitant at first, but then I was just being my curious self who wanted to try new things.
What's one beautiful word in your local language? And what
Well, I think one beautiful word in the local language of Baguio is bagtit, which means crazy. Because I think in life we need to um not be serious all the time. We need to have fun. So we have to be crazy in love, crazy in our aspirations in life, and we have to crazily work hard for the things we want to happen in our lives. Oh yeah, bagtit.
but that is what one learning experience that you had made much impact?
I think the one learning experience that as a child, it's learning to go out of your box. It's not because you were raised this particular way. You have to be that for the rest of your life. You can explore. You can be more, and and that's what I learned, and that's why I've decided to advocate for equality because before I've experienced not being that same opportunity as others.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during the pandemic?
The major experience that I've learned during the pandemic is that I've learned that I am strong. In this pageant, we've been here for 8 months already, and and I've faced challenges that I never thought that I would overcome, and it's surprising that I'm still here in front of you, still fighting for the Miss Universe Philippines crown, and yeah, that's why I'm really proud of myself because after all that happened,
You have like only have 30 seconds for the question. If you win the crown, how will you help your community?
if I will win the first ever Miss Universe Philippines crown, it would be such a big honor and responsibility not only for me but also for the people around me. Whenever I join a pageant, I always make sure to take the opportunity to make a difference, not only for myself but also for the people around me, and to always make an impact where it counts in the eyes of God.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenon of woman?
I I believe that the color that symbolizes a phenomenal woman is color white because a phenomenal woman is pure and pure in her intentions, pure in everything. She is real. She's pure. She's real, and she is not pretending to be anyone. She is a phenomenal because she is a woman, and the woman is pure.
And now that we are in the beautiful city Baguio, name one spot, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world.
um, that one spot that I would choose is something that I'm not sure if it still needs promoting, but I would choose Burnham Park because Burnham Park, though you often hear it, it's the place for all people. Um, if you visit the Burnham Park, you will see kids playing in the playground. Um, Even teenagers would um, ride the boat or go biking. You know, even our titas and lolas are doing Zumba sa Burnham Park. So, yeah.
Next time, magsupa tayo with
Oo nga po.
tagpulan. Okay, so what skills does the workplace of the future need? Since work from home is the new norm. So what are the skills you think is needed now in the workplace?
Other than dedication, I think it's confidence. Confidence is the most important skill that any person should have. We will face challenges in our lives. That's why it's very important that we have confidence in ourselves, confidence in what we do, so that we'll be able to overcome everything that we will face.
And there's a campaign that's hashtag love local. So what local products would you promote?
I would promote the Walis here in Baguio. I think it's very well promoted also even worldwide because the walis it's used for cleaning. So it's very important that we keep our surroundings clean. It's a we should have a combined effort in protecting our nature, protecting our environment, and yeah, that's why I choose walis.
Last question is what one thing should young people like you focus on?
That one thing that we should focus on is self love. Actually, um, in this world where you will be where there will be a lot of people who will ask you to be someone who you're not, you have to always go back to who you are. You need to love yourself. Because if you do not love yourself, you won't be able to love others. You won't be able to serve others and the people around you. That's why it's very important to self-love. Welcome to Baguio City. Yes. Up there, I was just being myself. I was answering from the heart. So the secret is just to not pretend to be anyone and just be yourself, and you'll be successful.
Wow, what very great girl who had no nothing, goes to Manila, but to Manila.
Yeah, cargo vessel. Yeah.
Okay, so you know the drill. 30
Is this
seconds
on?
per 30 seconds per question. And 30 seconds tell us something about it.
Hi everyone, I'm Jan Alexis Alcano. I am an Ivatan, an indigenous person, and I am a painter and a freelance makeup artist as well. So I'm very much into the visual arts. And the thing about it is that I can trigger people's emotions just by targeting their sense of sight. And I think that's very cool.
What is one beautiful word in Ivatan?
Magsal or ichagsal. That means you are proud of who you are and where you come from. So me, ichagsal ko kaibatan ko. I am proud of being an Ivatan.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact?
Sorry, one
One learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact.
I think as a child, because I'm the eldest child in the family, and I had to learn to be responsible at an early age. So that is my learning experience. My whole childhood, I was taught to be responsible at an early age, to be independent, and to know how to take care of my own self.
Then, what is that one major lesson that you learned from your experience when learning about that?
One major lesson would be that anything can happen. So we have to expect the unexpected all the time. And so we must live in the moment, be who we are and where we are, and enjoy that. Maximize everything that we have right now and just learn to enjoy life as it is.
If you win the crown, how would you help your
Okay, so if I win the crown as an indigenous person and coming from a humble background, I know what it's like to be deprived of opportunities. And being where I stand right now, it took a lot of courage, rejections, and struggles. So if I win Miss Universe Philippines, I would use this perfect platform to be able to help create more opportunities, to raise projects for my fellow indigenous people so that no one else would have to struggle for an opportunity anymore. Phenomenal woman. I think that would be blue because it's vibrant. It it's strong color, but it also looks calm at the same time. So I think that's what a phenomenal woman should be. You should stay composed. You should be calm all the time, but you are strong and powerful.
You know, Batanes is one place that I've been wanting to go, but
Yeah.
never had the chance.
Mm-hmm.
So, if what spot, place you in Batanes you'd like to promote to the world to know?
Okay. So um, every corner you turn in Batanes is unique. And I'm not saying this because I come from there, but it's true. But my favorite spot would be Marlboro Country, or in locally we call it Wakuh Apayaman, which means wide pasture. And the thing is, it really is wide, and you can see the Pacific Ocean, you can see the beautiful Mount Iraya, the hills, rolling hills, and also the cows and carabos grazing the grass. I think it's yeah, yeah,
Pero, I can envision what
yes,
you can say.
yes.
So, ano naman, on the other side naman, the real world now, So in the new norm, it's work from home.
Yes.
So what do you think are the skills that we need to be able to, adapt to this new norm, to this new workplace of the future? So ano yung mga new skills? Ano mga skills nito?
Definitely, we have to learn how to be flexible with our skills, time management, definitely, and how to juggle between your personal life and your work. So we have to learn how to set our focus because there's going to be a lot of distractions because we're in a new setting, a new environment. So you have to learn how to set your focus on a specific goal that you want to achieve.
There's a campaign to hashtag without local. So what local product would you promote and why?
Okay, so while I was in Batanes, I recently did a shoot for turmeric tea. So I think that's what I want to promote because nowadays, with the virus going around and still in our country, it's so prominent. So I think I'd like to promote that, the turmeric tea, because it has good benefits for the body as well as boosting our immune system, which is very essential nowadays.
And lastly, you mentioned focus earlier. What is that one thing you think that young people should focus on?
One thing that young people should focus on, that would be their purpose. Because right now we all need to focus on our purpose. We all need to unite to make this world a better place because we really need the cooperation, the unity. We don't need the indifference, the hate. We have to disregard all our differences to be able to unite. That's all.
I'd like you to tell your story lang of how you came to Manila.
Okay.
You say that, like, you like how
A few lines.
struggle of coming to Manila and this is a part of the question for the
Okay.
story.
Okay. So I was all set and booked for a flight on the October 7th. But a few days prior to my flight, there was a confirmed or recorded case, first ever recorded case of COVID in Batanes. So with that, the next day, the government decided to impose new guidelines for the province, and that included banning all commercial flights. So that means my flight was canceled, and I was actually fretting because there's no other way out of the province than air transportation. So we immediately I personally reached out to Sir Jonas so that I could have a letter sent to our governor and to the Coast Guard because we need their permission for me to be able to board a cargo vessel because it's not really allowed for a passenger to board a cargo vessel for security and safety purposes. But that's the only choice that I had, and it was a risk that I was willing to take. I was actually scared of deep waters, but I had to disregard all the fears just so I can get here to where I am right now, standing in front of all of you.
Why is it important to you to come here?
Because this serves a great purpose for me. Being here, a contender of Miss Universe Philippines and representing Batanes. We rarely get to represent Batanes in a national pageant scene. And I would like to promote not just Batanes as a place, but the Ivatans. I want to embody that resilience that we speak of. And I want to prove to people that we really are who we claim to be, resilient people. I thank my fellow Ivatans. They're the ones who inspire me. I draw my strength from them, and they're the ones who encourage me to keep on fighting through this journey. Basically, I just want to make my province proud, and I hope they will be with my performance in the Q&A.
For today's performance, sino yung inspiration mo?
For today is my mom kasi yung message niya agad yung nabungadan ko when I wake up. Sabi niya, kaya mo yan. Malalampasan mo yan. Just be yourself. Hi! Hello po. Yes po. Okay po. Opo. Yes po.
Wala pang big step, parang kapag vaccine tayo, tell us something about yourself. Sabi mo yung
Okay po.
kailangan mo.
Okay, hello po. I am Mabuhay. I am Natalia Urusha po. I am from the province of Batangas po, and I am born and raised po sa Patabungkay Beach Resort. But we also have our own cottage po. Then, doon po kami kumukuha din na aming mga pinag for everyday po namin.
Anong magandang salita sa Batangas?
For Batanggenyo po na salita, it's more on Filipino po talaga na language. Like, more on po kasi kami sa punto. Like, siguro po, kaganda ka na re. Like, ang ganda mo, kaganda pa ng binibining are. Yung ganyan po. Like, more on punto kami, yung add po namin ng mga for puntos nga po. So, yun. So, yun nga. Then, the reason why po, kaya pag minsan, may mga Batanggenyo na, if punta sila ng Manila or for school po, like me po, nag-college po ako sa Parañaque. So, may mga Batanggenyo na, okay, sorry, nagpapalit ng, like, okay.
Next question. Something about your past. So, one way experience that you had as a child that you made so much impact?
I am from a broken family. So, kaya ko maging independent in a young age. So, I'm become a working student po. Nag-work po ako while nag-school. So, naging independent po talaga ako. Naging strong, independent woman po ako in a young age.
What one major lesson did you learn?
This pandemic, I learned po na kailangan yung mga mahal po natin sa buhay, kailangan nag-attach po tayo sa kanila within, and also po yung faith po natin kay God, yung faith po natin na we can through with this pandemic, with this yung mga problema po natin yung kailangan po talaga may faith tayo kay God and we can come forward po. If I will win the crown po, I would like to use my voice po para po yung sa mga kagaya ko po, I am from a poor family po, so I would like to help my tourist destination, which is Matabungkay Beach Resort, na mas mag-grow po yung mga tourist spot po, yung mga marine conservation, which is my advocacy. I want to help my beach po, with not my beach lang po, but with all the Philippines po. For me po is white because po white is like mystic po pagiging, and also it helps I think po white then dahil po it helps it looks like being strong, independent woman.
Work from home.
From home, okay.
Ano talaga mo yung skills na kailangan natin develop sa mapabagong norm sa workplace natin, sa trabaho natin, ano yung mga skills na kailangan?
Okay po. I believe po, and I also need po, is yung communication skill po. Yun po, medyo nahihirapan pa din po ako sa communication skills po. Pero, but I really need to develop and other po ng communication skill and the technology po, kung paano po hindi ha-handle yung technology, yung the new normal po, yun po. Kaya,
On the lighter side,
okay po.
anong lugar, ang spot, man-made, man or natural
Okay.
sa Batangas ang ipopromote?
Okay po. It's Balsa po. Yung po yung festival namin, Balsa Festival. Every April po, nagse-celebrate po kami na Balsa Festival. So, I want to promote as a local po from Batangas. I want to promote our Balsa Festival and our Balsa, the floating raft. Opo, punta po kayo. Maghahanda po ako para sa inyo. Opo. Mag-balsa po tayo doon. Then, mag-barbecue. Yes po.
May hashtag na love local.
Love local po talaga.
Anong local dapat ang gusto mo promote?
Ang gusto ko po talaga i-promote is yung handicraft po or food po ng mga Batanggenyo or ng Filipinos po. Because we all know as globally, artistic.
Last question, no? Sa tingin mo, saan dapat mag-focus ang mga young people like you? Something like that.
I believe po dapat po maging entrepreneur po tayo. For me po, kasi po I'm doing my online business po, my event po, I'm freelance also, freelance model. So I want to know po na mga youth like me po na kailangan mas enhance po sila sa entrepreneur po and the business para in the young age po hindi po sila mas sa family nila o sa parents nila financial support. Yun po. Thank you po. Thank you so much po. Punta po kayo sa fiesta namin. Yes po, Batangas.
Okay, we are with Miss Biliran right now. How are you doing?
I'm feeling good. Actually, I got nervous a while ago, but seeing my sisters when they're all done and the dance and they're happy, it's like their good vibes like went into me. And I'm excited to go inside right now. Good morning.
Okay na naman.
Yes po.
Or
I got tired because I got lost along the way.
so, we will break it down now for answer. Starting with, tell us something about yourself.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Skelly Ivy, Florida, and I am an only child. I grew up without a father, and I was also raised by a single mother. When I was a child, honestly, I experienced being bullied, but because of how my mother raised me, I know that I should be confident with myself. And with that, I know that she raised me to become a better person right now. That's why I am also here.
Word in local language and also one beautiful word.
I think it's Papa. It means beautiful because it really gives confidence to, especially the ladies who don't feel confident with themselves. And when you say to them, like you say, "Hello, Papa," and then they just smile and then they think that they're really beautiful. Thank you.
Was that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact?
Honestly, it's as I said a while ago, I experienced being bullied and I overcome that. And now that I am confident with myself, I also want others to feel the same way too. To be, for me to be an inspiration to others now that I am here.
What is the most important during the pandemic?
I think the most important lesson I've learned is patience because everything right now is delayed. And right now, we need to be patient on the specific goals that we want to go or wherever we want to go. And now that if we really have patience, we know that we can achieve those goals that we want to do in the near future.
You win Miss Universe Philippines, how would you help your community?
Winning Miss Universe, I mean, it's being a voice, a spokesperson, and a symbol of hope to everyone. And also as an influencer, I'm going to use this because I know that I can communicate to different organizations with the things that I can do, especially during this pandemic, to help people who really needs help in these times of the pandemic. That's all.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenon?
It's yellow because it's bright and you can really see it that easily.
You mentioned about being an influencer. What can you name a spot or whether it's a man-made or natural spot in India that you would like to promote to the world?
I would think of Totalistis Falls. It's located in the Kaibiran place in Biliran. It is actually known as the world's sweetest water in the Guinness Book of World Records before. So I really want people to go there and really taste the water in there so that they would know how sweet it is. I've been there and I really love it in there because it's like a waterfalls near the ocean. So it's like you're gonna swim in the waterfalls and then it's the ocean right there.
You can hear the word work from home this past few months. What do you think are the skills that an individual or a person should develop in what we call the workplace communication?
I think the skills that we develop there is it's like you learn more, especially on the techie stuff in the computer, especially in the old generation that they have less knowledge about that. And I think it's a one of the good things that people should learn about, especially for the older generations. And it is one of the things that the younger generations could have more. Sorry.
Thank you for your advice. Thank you for You're right.
At least you have more bondings with the younger generations. They can teach you. Yes.
Speaking of this campaign, hashtag Love Local,
Yes.
what local products do you want to promote and why?
It's the food. We have there a suman. Our suman is kind of different because we have like different flavors. We have mango, chocolate, ube, and I think that's kind of unique. That's one of the unique stuff in Biliran.
What is that one thing that you think young people like you should focus on?
I think young people like me should focus on our future goals because we need to set something that we think that's good for us and not just for us but also for the community. We need not to think about ourselves only, but especially now in the pandemic, we need to like help one another so that we can be better in the near future.
So,
Thank you.
interesting yung po sa'yo ng
It's really interesting. It's really great there. 21 po. I'm just waiting for the graduation because it's pending because of the pandemic. Bawal po kasi face-to-face ng events in our place pa. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Who among the past queens do you draw inspiration from?
The past queens, I really draw inspiration from Miss Venus Ra. I had the pleasure of meeting her once, and she's a very religious person. That's something I really got from our meeting. And at the end of that day, she prayed over all of us, and she had the power to make me cry with her prayer. And I really want to be able to somehow use my words to also touch other people's lives. So, Venus Ra, definitely. I'm gonna make the judges cry. Good morning, everyone.
So, around 37 days,
Yes, I was informed by Angel.
even is the first question I'll ask you. Tell us something about yourself.
Hello, my name is Pauline Cucharo Amlings. I'm your Boholanga Belgian from, of course, the beautiful province of Bohol. My dad is a Belgian and I'm Filipina, so I'm like a mix of both cultures in one, and I'm very excited to be here today.
What is one beautiful word in your local language? And what is it?
I would like to choose the word puhon, means hopefully. It's a word that we use whenever we talk about something that is going to happen in the future. Like, I'm going to join Miss Universe Philippines, puhon, hopefully, with God's blessing.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made nothing happen?
One learning experience I had as a child was that I had to not be shy when it comes to myself and when it comes to my body and my capacities. I was very shy, always in corner. But my mom and my dad always kept telling me, you have to really be out there. That's the only way for you to grow. That's the only way for you to shine.
And what is that one major lesson that you learned in life?
Whew. I think I learned so many things from cooking to planting. I think one thing that I really learned is how interconnected everything really is. from the animal world to the human world, from communities, inter-province, and I think that just reminds me of the fact that we all play a part in fighting this pandemic, and that we can all rise together.
How would you help your community?
I would want to be a spokesperson and a rallying point to bring people together in meaningful conversation and together look for solutions. And I think that with this platform of influence, that's something I can really do.
What color symbolizes the phenomenal moment?
Oh, that's very interesting. For this moment, I would like to choose pink. Pink is the color that would symbolize me as a phenomenal woman. And pink is also something that you will have to watch out for during my performances for preliminary or evening gown. I'm not going to mention which one, but I'll just tell you that. And it's also my favorite color. I have an emotional relation with that color because every time my dad would give me gifts, it would always be something.
I'm excited to see all your pink colors in the next few days.
Yes.
I'm so excited to find out.
Yeah.
So if given a chance to promote the world as fun, whether man-made or natural,
I would have to choose the Lobok River Cruise. The Lobok River, I don't know if you've tried it. I hope that you've had it. You tried it? So hopefully then you agree with me. The Lobok River Cruise is really one of the more amazing things that you can do in Bohol. It's not just good food, it's not just you being on that river cruise, but it allows you to interact with the locals in dance and song. And every time I'm there, I always make it a point for me to dance at tinikling with the locals, even though I risk getting my feet hurt with the bamboo. But it's really one of the things I would want everyone to know about here in Bohol.
let's go to work side now. That's the creation. Now let's go to the work side. You can hear the word work from home.
Yes.
So, what do you think are the skills that we need to develop for the workplace of the future? As we call it?
I have worked from home also during the first few months of the pandemic. I'm sorry, it's a bit cold. During the first few months of the pandemic, and I think patience is one thing that we all need to work on ourselves, especially with the internet connection that we have at home. There's so many times that I've had meetings, and then my internet connection would fade out, and then I wouldn't hear the rest of it. I think patience above everything else is something that we need to work on, and from then on, we at least have the clear mind to work on everything else.
There's a campaign called hashtag Love Local.
Okay.
So if you have a local product that you have to promote, what would it be?
It would definitely be raffia from Tubigan Loom Weavers. I'm not wearing it at the moment. I will be wearing it for one of the segments.
Also look forward to see.
Definitely, yes. I'm not gonna indulge any more information about that, but raffia is really a product that's from my hometown in Tubigan, and it really takes so many people to make a raffia roll. And there's so much thought and effort that goes into it. And it's a beautiful product with so many possibilities.
What is one thing that you think young people should focus on?
At the moment, it's really staying strong and continuing their dreams of educating themselves, even during these pandemic times. We all are having a hard time, but that doesn't mean that our dreams, our passions are canceled. They're just on hold, and I think that they all need to have hope in their hearts to continue what they're dreaming on and to somehow make their dreams still come true.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. It's Igorot inspired. Yes. Thank you. Not very well. I think I did very well. I just wish someone told me it was in a closed door interview because outdoor interview so cold. That was my only concern. But for the rest, I love talking to them. I'm okay naman po.
Gusto niyo pa rin mag-Tagalog, kung gusto mo mag-Tagalog, pwede mo na explain na kung na seriously kung tanong kahit yan.
How about Taglish po?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you know, there's 30 seconds for statement or answer.
Okay.
So, tell us something about yourself.
Okay, so I'm really a creative person.
love to paint, I love to dance, and that's why my advocacy is related to arts. And my advocacy is about reliving the culture, history, and arts of the Philippines. And I love dancing talaga. So, sorry, I can breathe. It's really tiring to come up here. And I really noticed that a lot of children nowadays are not aware of our folk dances. So that's why I chose this advocacy. And I'm a third year college student taking up the course of dentistry. Okay.
Ito mo ba muna yung ano mo?
Okay.
Yung ano?
Can I breathe muna? It's really tiring.
What is one beautiful word in your local English? Ano magandang salita sa Tagalog? And what is
It would have to be Bulakenya. Kasi being a Bulakenya is very unique. As a modern woman, unique talaga kami. And I think this is one of our characteristics that made us kakaiba sa ibang lugar. And we are very religious, but at the same time, we have strong values. And I think this is the word that best describes us.
next question? What is that one learning experience that you have as a child that means much to you?
I think that would be because when I was a child, I used to play a lot and I trip a lot. So my mom would always tell me, Dayanela, you have to get back on your feet kasi walang tutulong sa'yo kundi ikaw lang. So I think this is the lesson that I still had with me till today, that no matter what hardships I face in life, I still stand up and rise up.
The next question is, what is that one major lesson that you learned during the pandemic?
I think one lesson that I learned during the pandemic is to always stay safe and healthy, because we all know that our health is very important, and ayaw naman natin na sumunod sa ating mga mahal na buhay na mayapa na. So we have to follow the protocols of the government and stay safe.
You win the crown, how would you help your community?
If I win the crown, I would use this platform para i-promote ang aking province, Bulacan, and it would really help a lot, especially in our tourism. And I think it would be a great opportunity for us to showcase what we have in Bulacan, our products, the people, and the talents that we have.
The tingin mo what color and symbolizes you the national wall?
I think it would be the color I'm wearing right now. It's color white, it's classic and simple.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you want to promote to the camp. So if there is one spot, man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world,
Mm,
what would
there's so many places that I want to promote in Bulacan, and recently I had a photo shoot, and you're familiar with it, the Body of Water shoot, and it's in Doña Remedios, Trinidad, and hindi ko alam na may waterfalls pala kami, and it's really breathtaking there, and you can feel the nature. So talagang bumalik doon, and I hope you can experience it as well.
let's go?
After this pandemic, let's go.
Pagin na kalendaryo. So, yeah, that's one place that I'd like to see. On the work side, between, changing the work from home, online business, and all. So, what do you think what would the skills that we need to develop for what we call work from home, which is like workplace of the future? So, ano yung skills na kailangan natin?
I think if you're working from home, you really have to be determined. Kasi I think na sobrang hirap talaga ng panahon natin ngayon, and we really need to be determined in our jobs, and we just have to focus on our goals and aspirations in life para mag-continue po tayo.
May campaign na hashtag love local. You will promote local product. What would it be as well?
Oh, it would have to be my bag that I'm wearing, this brooch. If you can see my bag, it's made from buntal material, which is famous in our place in Baliwag, Bulacan. And this one, as you can see, it's a Philippine flag with a South Sea pearl. Gawa po siya sa May Kawayan, Bulacan, and yun po yung place na kilala kung saan yung mga alahero ay sobrang sikat po.
But last question na, what is one thing you think young people should focus on?
I think one thing young people should focus on is their education kasi ito yung pinaka-importante sa kanilang buhay. Dito po yung panggagalingan ng mga dreams nila, goals nila, and I think they need to focus on that because that is the key to their future.
Very good. I love your pin.
You like it? I think I did great naman sa Q&A kanina, but on the first question, I was really catching my breath kasi ang layo na nilakad namin, and I was like, can I breathe muna? And thankfully, it did great naman.
I always pray, especially when I just wake up, to have a good sense of humor. I got that from Saint Francis, Pope Francis rather, because I think it's important that before you step out of the door, you have this positive aura, and that when you go out, you can share your wit, your family, and just good vibes. Morning workout. Ano, parang good for a morning jog.
So you know the drill. 30 seconds to just Filipino or Filipino English. 1, 2, 30 seconds per statement or answer. Quick question in or statement. Tell us something about it. 30 seconds.
Hi everyone, I'm Danica Madrid Reynes. I'm 28 years old. I'm passionate about music. I'm a singer-performer. I represented the Philippines in the World Championships of Performing Arts in Hollywood, California. And it's like Olympics for talent. And I'm also passionate about travel. I'm a former overseas Filipino worker as an international flight attendant based in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And that gave me the chance to travel and to support my family financially. And I met people from different walks of life.
At naman hindi kami mag-ball kung araw ng tatanong. Nagtaka naman konti. So, sample lang.
You are the universe, and there is nothing you can do if you don't see that you can achieve it. That's why I believe in you. Yes, I do.
Yes, sir, recording content.
Oh, again, ano?
So, pero you're not from Cagayan, Lolo mo.
My mother is from Gonzaga, Cagayan po.
Local na lang. Local word.
Yung alam ko pong Ilocano words is yung every time pinapagalitan ako ng nanay ko in Ilocano.
So, I need one beautiful word or local language.
Agyamanak apo. Salamat, Diyos. Beautiful.
Pagyan mo lang po yung salamat. About your childhood naman, what is that learning experience that you had as a child? You need so much in Japan.
When I was a child, my parents brought my brother with them in a remote municipality in Visayas. So they went on a medical mission that went for a few years. I was still a toddler that time, and that's life-changing for me because at a very young age, I was able to experience that humble life. No electricity at night, chickens everywhere. It's a remote municipality, and so growing up, I aspire to be like my parents.
What is that most important lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
I've learned how to be grateful each day. Like today is a great day to be alive. So, and I've learned not to take things for granted. Like for example, loved ones, I already miss them. So every kiss, every touch,
every small conversations that you have with them, don't take it for granted. And also, for the society, I've learned that it doesn't discriminate. So why do that to your brothers and sisters? I've learned a lot.
You will be celebrated how your community.
I uphold music and arts therapy. I believe in the power of our skill and talents because I know that we have to give importance to our mental health because it's just as important as physical health. And so for the youth, whenever they use their talents to empower themselves, they will channel their energy into that straight path and they will be away from the bad influences of life. So I think that we must empower them with their talents.
What color do you think symbolizes the national?
Color? The color red. Because I think it's the universal color for love. And if you're a phenomenal woman, you're filled with love. Love not for yourself, for God, for family, for everyone. Because the universe is so vast. And I think that Miss Universe Philippines must have a spacious space of her heart to give to everyone.
Speaking of space, we've been hearing the word work from home. Ito na yung pinarinig natin recently. So what skills do you think you need for this for the so-called work from home, which is the workplace of the group?
I always see my father working from home because he's one of the vulnerable groups. So he must stay at home. And I saw that since he is so used to working with other people, I saw how he adjusted very well. So I think we must do the same. Whatever work we have, we must be very adapted to our environment. We must not be choosy. We must be thankful that we are alive and with our families. So I think that any skills would also be enhanced when you're in a quarantine working from home, such as cooking, gardening, plantita.
Putting one spot, whether handmade or natural, in your province that you would like to promote to the world?
You guys should go to Calao Cave. So it's composed of 7 chambers. So you can just imagine. And then I went to this main cave. It has a natural vent. So you don't need any electricity because the sunlight will go directly there. And then there's an altar, there's a grotto. And you can even have weddings there. So it's very natural, energy saving location. And I hope that it will be very famous soon all over the world.
There's a campaign called hashtag Love Local. So what local product would you want to promote and what?
There's this local product from my childhood, and up to now, it's still my favorite, the Carab sweet candy. I think it should be distributed to the whole world because it's actually the asset of Cagayan province because we produce not just agricultural products, we also have the livestock product. And one of those, of course, is from the Carabao. So I know you guys have already tried that, but I think the whole world must try that too.
And last question is, what one thing do you think should young people focus on?
Young people like me, I think since we have pandemic and since most people are now at home and they are really relying on internet and everything, I think we must not cancel special education. We must not cancel our work, education, and all our priorities even before the pandemic. Because even though that we have this pandemic all around us, life is not canceled, and we must go on because there's always hope. Agyaman. I feel so happy. I feel so happy. I didn't expect those questions from you, but I'm just thrilled and excited for the next rounds.
Do you think it is enough to finish the task?
I pray that it will be enough. So yes, amen. FA look. My special. Oh, can I move this? Yeah, okay. Hi.
Thank you for the question to us. First one would be, can you tell us more about that?
Okay, so Marayn Aga sa Indogabos. I'm Rosaline Moreno. You can call me Kia. I'm 25 years old and I'm representing my beautiful province of Camarines Sur. I graduated magna cum laude from the University of Santo Tomas. I took up travel management because it has been a child dream of mine to become a flight attendant. So now, sorry, the stairs really it's so yeah, now I'm working as a flight attendant for Cebu Pacific.
What's one beautiful word in your local language?
One beautiful word. It's magayon. Actually, it literally means beautiful. And for me, magayon does not mean being beautiful physically, but also inside. When you say someone is magayon, she or he is beautiful inside and outside. So of course you are. We are all magayon. Oragon. It's Oragon in Bicol. Another word. Very beautiful word. It means strong and palaban. Oragon.
What is that one learning experience that you had at the time that made so much fun?
One learning experience. I really value education. I am an overachiever ever since I was a little kid. So I really try to do my best in terms of my studies. That's why I was able to graduate with Latin honors because I value the gift of education given to me by my parents because I believe that this will pave the way for me get more opportunities in life to reach my dreams. So this through education I was able to learn a lot of things and yeah.
So what about something? What is the most important lesson that you learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned in this pandemic is the value of helping one another and compassion and solidarity. I am very proud that us Filipinos, were able to show the true spirit of bayanihan through helping one another, even if we are struggling in our own ways, and we are helping one another in our little ways. And I believe that there is hope in unity and solidarity. I can be able to be of help to my community in a lot of ways. First of all, I will be a spokesperson to the causes that the organization is pushing for and to my cause, which is pushing for responsible tourism. It is mainly educating people on how they can become responsible travelers as well as locals. I believe it's very timely and relevant that we instill in us the values of responsibility, discipline, and respect because it is how we will progress as a nation.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenon you walk?
A color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman is color white. White for me is very simple. You know, you don't have to be phenomenal. You don't have to be extravagant. Just have as the color white.
A lot of people are doing work from home now.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the skills needed for what you call the workplace?
Yeah, for me, it's very important that you know technical skills. Of course, you have to be acquainted with one. It's also very famous in Camarines Sur.
There's a campaign to hashtag without local.
Yeah.
Local product would you like to promote and why?
Local product in Camarines Sur that I would want to promote is the pilina. We are very famous for that. We have been the province that is abundantly producing pili nuts, and for me, it's very timely that we promote that, because to harvest the pili nut, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time to produce just the pili nut itself, and it's also very healthy, and it's delicious as well. I hope you have tried it. I think young people should focus on their dreams. They should know what their purpose, their passion in life is, because that will drive them to what they want to achieve in life. And they should focus on making themselves better and turning their weaknesses into their advantages. So I think that the youth should focus on themselves and to become responsible citizens in our community. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor and pleasure to be in front of you. Thank you. Just mabalik po.
Who would you say was your inspiration for your performance today?
Of course, it would be my support, especially my family. Because if it weren't for them, I would not have the strength and this clear mind. Because they are my inspiration how to succeed because of them. Because this success is not just for me, but it will all be for them.
The first batch of candidates has finally cracked the first round of Q&A preliminaries. More than just enduring the first round of nerve-wracking interviews with grace and conviction, we also got to know the candidates at a more personal level and what their view is on important issues. This has been Miss Universe Philippines.